As part of the Michigan Shoreland Stewardship Program, you will learn how to identify the 4 zones of your lakefront property. I will help you find the lake zone on your lakefront property, and I'll explain why this area is so important and how you can protect it.
For the Shoreland Stewards program, the lake zone starts at the edge of the shoreline zone and extends out into the lake to where aquatic plants can no longer grow. Every lake is different. Some have very few plants, others have plants surrounding their edges, while still others have plants across the entire lake. So what is it that makes each lake zone unique? Plant growth is determined by the shape and size of the lake, contour of the lake bed, and whether the lake bottom is rock, sand, or organic matter. If your lake is big, deep, and sandy, then you probably don't have many plants in the water. However, the more shallow areas of your lake might have emergent plants. This means that part of them is underwater and the other parts are above water. As the lake gets deeper, the plants transition to submergent plants, which means all parts of the plant are underwater. Once the lake gets to about 15 to 20 feet deep, it becomes too dark for aquatic plants to grow. These aquatic plants aren't weeds and provide many benefits, like protecting your shoreline by absorbing wave energy. And they help keep the water clear by holding lake bottom sediment in place. They also promote good water quality by competing against algae for nutrients. And something every fisherman knows is that the best place to find fish are near those aquatic plants. Frogs, insects, and other critters use these plants for raising their young, finding food, and hiding places for staying safe. Shoreland stewards should keep their lake zone as natural as possible. When reviewing your lake zone, think about sharing the nearshore areas and don't try to make your lake into something it isn't. If your lake has aquatic plants that make it difficult to access open water, then just remove enough vegetation to create a small swim area or to get your boat through. Enjoy your boats and docks, but be careful not to overbuild. Removing plants by hand is the healthiest approach for the lake. Any use of chemicals in the lake to kill aquatic plants needs a permit from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. Some people use weed mats and weed rollers to remove plants so they don't have to add chemicals to the lake. However, these are discouraged for shoreland stewards because they remove habitat and food for fish and wildlife. Some studies have shown that up to 15 different fish species will use a single tree. So unless a tree or branch is a safety issue, leave them in your lake. See how many fish you attract. Not every lake in Michigan has a naturally sandy bottom. Learn to love the lake you have. Don't try to change it by dumping sand in the water. And remember, watch for non-native invasive plants. The sooner they are detected, the easier it is to deal with them. For more information, visit the Michigan Invasive Species website.
A healthy lake zone ensures swimming, fishing, and enjoyment of wildlife on your property for generations to come. On behalf of Michigan's inland lakes and all those who cherish them, thank you for your stewardship. Find out more information at our website at myshorelandstewards.org.